Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to day number 3 of the 2017 Major Bantam Atlantics here on 5TV1. And what a game we have for you here. The Tricom Thunder and the host Mid-Isle Matrix. The winner moves on to Sunday. The loser, the tournament will be over. Just like that, the winner will go on to the bronze medal game tomorrow morning. So thank you all for tuning in here on 5TV1, powered by Bella Line. Jordan Ellis alongside Kyle Dunn, making his color debut here on a Saturday after working a tough night shift there, correctional officer. So 12 hours in the night, so you might tire down by the end, but we got some nice coffees on the way. Thank you to your assistant coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me again here. I mean, it's my first weekend off and from hockey, and I'm right back at the rink, so I love it. You don't get tired when you come to the rink, so it's a great spot to be.
Well, you pretty much live here between the two of us. We're here all the time and all different rinks around the Maritimes. So French will dump it in. So your starting goaltender looks like Urbing again. In nets for the Mid-Isle Matrix. They need a win. And rightfully so. I thought he was spectacular there yesterday.
Yeah, he played well. He came in relief there of Jelly and held the fort and able to get the guys into a shootout. So good for Urbing.
So, and on the other end, Dontremont makes the start. I know he was nursing some injuries there. Was kind of the word on the street. And as Marc Richard throws a shot on him, but he looks pretty good right on that save. And picked up there by Dean. Dean, one of the highly skilled forwards in that 2003 group. They're going to need him to have a big game. He got shut out there against the Fredericton Blues. They kind of contained him. So he has all kinds of skills. So if he can get his game going here in this one, a must-win game, he'll probably get to Sunday the way he plays. So James sends it around the boards. Kept in there by Bailey, right off of the goaltender. Hard hit there along the wall. They're pinned up. Moore. Now for Burke. Burke trying to chip it up. Back out in the neutral zone it goes. Michael McQuaid will pass it off. 17:47 to go. Pass almost picked off there by Moore. That's Nicholas Moore. He's having a heck of a hockey tournament so far.
This is going to be an exciting game. I mean, Newfoundland is, like I said yesterday, they're a hard-working team. They bring it every time, so they know what's on the line. They're not going to be a pushover here this afternoon.
And their record doesn't really indicate how good of a team they are. They're 0-3, but they've been playing pretty good. Same as the Mid-Isle Matrix. They've had a couple weeks off, but they're starting to find their legs. And the biggest thing is trying to convert on their scoring. Down in the corner, centers it out front by Richard. Couldn't really pull the trigger. He gets hit in the wall by Cutler. Now he gets hit there by Kelly. As Goodwin can't keep it out. We're back to the neutral zone here. 17 minutes to go. And we're going to have an offside called against the Mid-Isle Matrix. So thank you all for tuning in here on TV1. One more game after this, Kyle. A huge one coming up. Don't want to take anything away from this game, but the ACA Rangers from Nova Scotia taking on the Eastern Express from Prince Edward Island. The winner will go to championship game on Sunday against the Fredericton Blues. So it's basically a semifinal.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be an exciting game. It's you win, you're in, and so you're going to see every play is going to be right at the edge of your seat. It's going to be exciting.
The way this tournament's format, there's no semifinals, but luckily for us, the way the schedule just happened to fall into place, it worked. As now it's along the wall. Back here's Kelly trying to get a stick on it. Goodwin, he'll chip it up. Now it's taken in there by Kelly again. Cross-ice pass, Matrix trying to pass it off. Here comes Dixon McLeod. McLeod, nice little move, but steered away there by the Tricom's Thunder, Andrew Stuckless. Back to the corner goes Richard. He gets hit. Kelly for the captain here for the Thunder. Shot off a skate of Lynch. I like the way Lynch has been playing. He's been a good defense here for the Thunder. Now a shot there by James, almost steered away by Lynch. Had that happen in the earlier game this morning. Fortunate break there for the Rangers as his own defenseman put in his own net to start the game off. 15:55 to go, no score here in the first. You win, you move on to Sunday. I know that was what the expectations were hoping for the Mid-Isle Matrix. That's what they said newspaper anyway.
Anytime you're in a tournament like this, you want your last game to mean something. So you want to come here and you want to play for Sunday for sure. That's everybody's goal, whether it be the bronze medal or a gold medal game. You want to play for Sunday. So you want your last game to obviously mean something, and so that's a big goal for everybody coming into these type of tournaments.
And 15:29 to go. Offensive zone face-off here for the Matrix. McLeod, the captain. Oh, it's going to be Richard instead on the draw. So a little bit of a mixed match of a line there is Jack Drake, Richard, and McLeod. I've seen Richard kind of double shifting from what I've been what I've been seeing here the last couple of games for the Matrix.
Yeah, and like we said yesterday, you play your top players in these type of situations. I mean, for most of the year, you're pretty fair. These type of situations, you want to play your top guys and the guys that are going and give it everything you got every shift. And Mark Richard is definitely one of those guys, so he never takes a shift off. I like the way Mark Richard plays.
And he's throwing some nice hits there along the wall and roughing up Dean. Talked about him. He's going to try to burst out here. And maybe that's a good way to get underneath his skin, try to get, rough him up a little bit. Although Dean doesn't mind throwing the body too.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think Richard minds that stuff. He's not going to back down. So like we talked about, it's going to be an exciting game.
Dean walks into one in a big block, and that'll go down the ice. Out comes Dontramon. Whoa, Dixon, that was Jack Drake. Almost picked that pass off. Dontramon seems to be okay and good to go. I know he only got about 4 minutes warm up in. Puck goes down in the corner. That shot gets through and just missed. Cutler rim that down low. Nice little stop there by Green. Now Green throws a hit of his own. Back come the Matrix. Glow off the bench. Picked up there by Lucas Bush. Sends it in. Cutler around the boards. McWilliams will keep it in on the backhand. So good back and forth pace here to this game. 13:45 to go, no score. Here comes Dixon McLeod. And taken away by Kelly. Now Duty. Duty had a great game there on Thursday. Scored that big goal. Made me look good here on the air. That's the most important part.
Oh, for sure.
When I said, I was like, geez, I feel he's going to score a goal here soon. Sure enough, he did. Back out in the neutral zone, Flint. Back into his own end. Bank it off the wall, up for Kelly. Kelly just gets a stick on it. Now Duty trying to find it. Kelly then comes in. So both teams in a feeling out process here, and they know what's at stake, so that first goal will be important. A shot and a save made by Dontramon. Turns, fires, and Dontramon will just hang on. Yeah,
it's a lot of little neutral zone play right now. It's back and forth. Not many shots on net. I'd like to see them put the puck on the net a little more here right now and go to the net. Sometimes the goalies are just as nervous as players too, right? So you never know what could squeak in. So in this type of game, feeling out process, put the puck on the net and you'll never know what could happen.
So it is Carson McKay on the face-off. He won it back. James back from McKay. Right there along that ring-out line. Now they'll send it down the corner. That was the big man Goodwin on the point. Hill lost it. James trying to go cross there for McKay. Dontramon was looking the other way. They might have had a good chance. But here comes Wellen. Couldn't find Moore. Now it's Moore. Over to his brother. Ethan and Nicholas. I'll be interested to see how their careers will turn out. Twins are always an interesting thing to see, and they're a hot commodity.
Yeah, exactly. You wonder if teams are going to trade up and try to get both, either draft picks right in a row, or if they try to make a trade for them later on in the season. But those are always interesting. If you never know, one brother in an interview might say, "You want to get away from him finally."
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You never know what could happen when you get into those interviews one-on-one. So it will definitely be interesting to see next year.
So, from what I've been told anyway, the Tricom Thunder will go on to play for the East Coast Blizzard. They even have the same color scheme, so I think it's a safe bet that it's some good advice from what I heard anyway.
Yeah.
A couple of Newfie friends that play hockey over there, that's what they said. I mean, I think that's probably should come back to center.
Yeah. So there's tip there going in. But hey, they don't make mistakes around here. No, that's sometimes those are unfortunate. Linesmen miss icings and tips.
Yeah, and I mean, probably like to see the referee step up in that situation.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think they're too worried. Maybe in a little situation closer into the third, maybe you'd argue a little more, but for the benefit of the doubt, you'll give you're not going to argue every little call.
Unless your name's Kyle Dunn.
Yeah, that's right. Unless you coach the Kensington Wild, you're going to argue and give those guys a hard time. We make them earn their money, but,
Oh, there's a penalty. It's coming up to the matrix. So the first power play of the game will go to the Tricom Thunder. Referees get together and it'll be checking from behind.
Yeah. And who's that?
They don't have numbers in the sleeves.
Yeah. It's tough. 28 it looks like they have up on the board.
Yeah, that's Cal Pino. That makes sense, defenseman.
Okay, yeah.
Around 5'10".
Yeah. That's a tough one. You're not even 10 minutes into the game and you lose a defenseman there, so you're going to get some young guys getting some big minutes here in McQuaid and
yeah, he's gonna have to fill into that role.
Yeah, so
expect to see Goodwin out there a lot now. Gage Taylor might get some more.
Gage Taylor. Yeah, exactly. Those guys are going to have to step up now that you got 5D. So
tough break. Here comes Green. Back to the point for Moore. Shot save made there by Irving, and he'll hang on. 11:20 to go here in the first. We got a power play, 1:47 left to go. Don't forget, TV1 is proud to be the official live stream broadcaster for the 2017 Atlantic Major BAM AAA Championship from the 8 p.m. Center in Cornwall, PEI. 5 TV1, brought to you by Bella Lion. I have to give a shout out, of course, Charlottetown Abbeys, the Pee Wee AAA team over in Newfoundland right now. They're battling away. It was tied at 1 last time we checked. The Bella Lion Cup. So, nice pass out front. They're taking on the Tricom Thunder, actually, so I'm sure there's some Tricom fans watching both screens. Moore, shot off a stick. Now it's picked up along the wall, back to the point for Burke. Burke, over to Moore. Swings it down for Dean. Sharp angle shot, save made by Irving. He finds it and hangs on.
Irving's a big goaltender in there, and they got French in front of him. It's tough to find a big body to put in front of him, but they got the big 6-foot French in front of him there. So Irving covers up a lot of the net. So he's, you got to find a body or get a stick, tip something in there. He's a good goaltender down low, and they got some big bodies on this Newfoundland team. So you got to take his eyes off the puck.
And I was just going to mention, I like the way French has been playing here in the Atlantics. He's having a good Atlantics. He's big, fights, or like hits.
Yeah.
Can't really fight, I guess, in this.
Grindy player.
Grindy player, yeah. But he has some skill, too. He puts the puck in the net. Now it's the big man Lynch. Shot off a stick. That one almost handcuffed Irving, but he gets a blocker on it. Flynn, nice pass over to Kelly, over to Stuckless. Quick shot by Stuckless. Beautiful passing sequence there by the Thunder. And they'll hang on. 50 seconds ago here in the power play. 10:23 left in the first. That was really good movement there.
Yeah, it was great puck movement. Now you got Lynch on the point here. You're going to see a couple probably big bombs from him in the next 50 seconds. So, hold on here, folks.
I'm interested to see how his career is going to develop. 6'2" right shot defenseman. And almost bet he'll be in a Blizzard uniform next year. Now it's Lynch, shot, steered away, bounces off the boards, and they'll hang on. Assistant coach on that team is Brad Yetman. His younger brother plays, Nathan Yetman, plays with us at the Capitals. That's the connection. I know a couple of these East Coast Blizzard guys a little bit, so. It's a small, hockey world's very small, as they say. You usually make a connection pretty quickly.
Yeah, and we talked about it yesterday, how polite Newfoundlanders are. They're quick to talk to you and say hello and quickly have a beer with you.
Yeah, that's right. Here's Flynn. Back to the point for Lynch. Looks like Dixon McLeod lost a stick, and he gets a skate in the lane. Sends it down the ice. That was a great play. Lynch back at his own end. Over to Flynn. Now up to Kelly. Kelly's going to dump it in. Picks it up in the corner on the backhand. 2 seconds left here in the power play. Back to the point for Lynch. Now over to Flynn. Flynn's going to turn, fire, shot, gets through, save made, rebound. Irving trying to find it, and we'll have a stoppage. Jonah Irving makes 2 big saves, keeping this game scoreless with 9:27 to go. Beautiful look there by Flynn. Turns, fires, got it through.
And that's a big body. We talked about Jonah Irving. He sticks out the leg and manages to hold it against the post, and he had 2 or 3 good looks at it all alone, but great for Irving holding his team in it as the penalty just expired.
And for the Thunder, you have to be happy with their passing sequences right now. Chris, D to D, nice breakout right on the tape there. Kelly brought it in there.
Yeah, their whole 2 minutes was spent in the offensive zone, so no breaking out, nothing really like that. So it was very puck possession, so it was good for you, Tricom.
Back to the point. Flynn, shot, just missed. Moore was right there on the doorstep, picked up by James. James has that one go off the stick. Looks like Spencer. Tricom fans want a hold call. As Moore throws a nice hit. Now he's going to come across the left side. Moore on the back end. He'll curl right around the hash mark. Shot. Save made by Irving. Loose puck. Chance to clear it. Go in behind the net. Bailey up the wall. Kept in there by Cutler. I like the way Cutler plays too. He's gritty.
Yeah.
Very gritty. Plays a little bit with an edge. He doesn't mind giving you the gears too.
No, I like that. Like I said, I like those Newfoundland players. They're always a thorn in your side when you play them, and they're skilled and they play on that edge. So they're great players to have on your team for sure. But you don't want to. They're tough to play against. They get under your skin because they just keep coming and they're working hard.
And here comes French himself. Comes in over the hash mark. Centers in front shot and a save made by Irving. And a dangerous play there was taken away by Duncan Pickett. So the Tricom Thunder putting lots of pressure here in this first period. They have 9 shots on goal. 7:55 to go in this first as they ice the puck. Faceoff will be coming back.
Yeah, Mid-Isle seems to be on their heels a little bit right after that penalty kill. Sometimes it's a momentum thing. You can, you kill off a big penalty there. Somebody checking from behind, your buddy's out of the game, so you say, okay, we killed it off. But the other team seems to still get momentum and find their game with, like you said, moving the puck around and getting shots to the net. So Mid-Isle needs to, get their feet moving, keep it very simple in their own zone. I find they're trying to skate the puck a little too much. Let the puck do the work.
All right, now here comes Dean. Nice hit. Down the wall. We'll have to have a chat here off the air. I might have some good news. We're going to have a stoppage here first. Be a 4-minute head contact. I missed it, yeah.
Yeah, I missed that too. I didn't. Was looking down at the program here to see who tried to make the hit. The no names and the numbers of the Mid-Isle guys. So
Dean's going to go to the box.
We'll say the referee made the right call. For everybody out there listening, I give him a hard time. He made the right call. Mid-Isle's going to the power play here, so it's just a 2-minute up on the board here. So
and it's a great thing to see is the crowd support. They kind of block or angle down in that corner. The crowd's been outstanding here this weekend, and the host committee has to be very pleased.
Yeah, they'd have to be. I mean, PEI always love their hockey anyway,
yep.
So you got to put a good product out in the ice. They're going to come to the games no matter what.
And very affordable. I think it was $25 for the entire weekend,
yeah.
And $15 for students. So
yeah. So I see head coach Bill McGuigan from Summerside. He brought the family in.
Yep.
All 3 children and the wife are here. So
he wanted to do color. He was upset that you were already committed.
Oh, jeez. he can come on up here and say a few things. So
Flynn's actually he's down on the ice. Hopefully he's okay. I missed that right off the draw. As maybe the linesman might have seen it. Linesmen are allowed to call any major penalties.
Major penalty, yeah.
Potential spear off the draw, those kinds of things happen, or butt end even.
Yeah, sometimes, when you're battling for the puck, you're choking up on your stick, and you might take a butt end or a spear. So I didn't see what happened.
So Flynn's off. Hopefully he's okay. He's a big part of that back end of the Thunder team. So it'll be an offensive zone face-off here for the Mid-Isle Matrix. And along the wall, back to the point, Richard. He's going to walk into one off a stick. Big bounce off the glass. So that was, sorry, my mistake. That was a 2-minute head contact. I thought he pointed 4. Anyway, it's tough to tell sometimes. I mean, you don't know. Incidental contact.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Kelly, he'll swing it back to the neutral zone here for Duty. Duty. That goes up and down the ice. Good penalty kill here by the Thunder. 6:44 to go here in the first. Still no score. And now they'll turn and hammer that down the ice once again.
Thunder doing a great job. They're very aggressive at their own blue. They're into a 1-3 right now.
Yep.
And not allowing Mid-Isle to get up over the red line and stepping up, being very aggressive at their blue.
Here comes McLeod. He'll finally get it into the zone. Passes it off, shot off a stick and head of play. Another stoppage, 47 seconds to go in the power play. 6:18 to go here in the first. Still no score. Don't forget to join TV1 Scott Squires. He chats with Cyril Lundy on CTV Sideline Scoop each Monday at 8:40 a.m. Atlantic, 9:10 Newfoundland time. Get the date on Bell Line 5, TV1's local sports coverage with Scott and Cyril. That's the Sideline Scoop Mondays on CTV Morning Live Atlantic. Right on the side of the net, Lynch, he'll hammer that down the ice. But knocked away there by Bailey. So Mid-Isle trying to get something going here on the power play. And the unfortunate break there, they ice the puck.
Yeah. And that's the difference in it's a special teams game now. So obviously Tricom in their power play, they had full possession for the full 2 minutes, and now Mid-Isle's having a tough time even breaking out and getting in the zone and setting up. So, sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's still 0-0, and it's just anybody's game with shot on net. So Mid-Isle needs to find their game and let the puck do the work rather than trying to skate it.
Here's Lynch, short-handed, tipped in front, and a glove save by Irving. He'll hang on. We'll do that face-off again. So 5:56 to go in the first. One thing about the Tricom Thunder is they've been allowing some power play goals. It's kind of been their nemesis here this weekend. So hopefully they've obviously made some adjustments to their penalty kill right off the get-go. If they can have a good penalty kill here and try to stay to the box a little bit, be a little bit more disciplined, they'll give themselves a good chance to win this hockey game. And
good on the Tricom Thunder. They're when you make an adjustment in a short-term competition like this, there's no practices in between. There's no getting it right next time. It's you need to get it right. We're trying to get into a bronze medal game here, and great on the young guys for showing the focus and commitment to this new penalty kill.
I'm very happy with the quality of the hockey that's been played here this weekend. There's some really, really good players, up-and-coming players in this tournament. I can't wait to see them next year at the midget level and then eventually in a Western Capitals jersey.
You know what? I'm a big fan of the major bantam, the major midget. It gets the higher talent all together playing with each other. It's, before when there was 8 teams, you might have, and here in PEI, you might have, 4 or 5 good players on each team, and then
some depth
guys. But now it's all great skill, and it's great to come out and watch this major bantam.
And I mean, the major midget league, you look at them, they do a great job showcasing their product. I mean, the Monctoni and the Ice Jam are 2 signature events.
Yeah. I mean, every scout
east
of Quebec
196 at the Ice Jam. That's remarkable.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a long weekend, but the guys put on a great show. It's good to be a part of.
Here's Cutler, back up in the neutral zone. McQuaid's gonna find it. Now McQuaid, he just chips that up down the right side. Matrix walk-in shot blocked by Cutler. Big bounce off the boards. Sounds like someone needs to charge their laptop up.
Yeah.
In behind the net they go, Matrix. Pickets. He gets hit there by Cutler. Cutler again being physical. Doesn't mind using the stick a little bit too. Here's Dean. Up for Green. Trying to knock it down, taken away by McCackern. As both Dean and Green fall on each other there right in front of that Matrix bench. Matrix bench, we're giving it to them too. No animosity between these two teams on the ice. Here comes Mark Richard up through center. Over to Dixon McLeod. Off the bench here, looks like Landon Clough maybe. As it's a wraparound right out front. There's Landon Clough actually off the bench. Shot blocked. And loose puck. We got a penalty coming up to the Thunder. It will be against Burke. And it will be a hooking minor. So the Thunder back to the penalty kill with 3:10 to go here in the first. Still no score.
That's the speed of Landon Clough that created all that. He came off the bench, wrap around, and he was a little buzzsaw out there that shift. So, again, we talked about it earlier in the week. Speed is the ultimate killer in hockey today right now. So if you can play with speed in place, you're going to be a handful for defensemen to hold you. And you look at Connor McDavid. I mean, Connor McDavid's the best in the world right now, and nobody can contain his speed. The penalties this guy draws just because of his speed, you got to get your stick in his hands or around his feet. So speed is the new hockey right now.
I mean, and if you look at it on the NHL side, power skating, every team has their own power skating coach.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Before it was stick handling skills coach. Now skating. Everything is skating.
McLeod gets hammered there along the boards by Flynn, so he's back on the ice. That's key for this Thunder team. He plays a lot of minutes on that back end. Now Lynch throws a hit on McLeod in the corner. Trying to center it out front, steered away to the corner. McLeod works it back to the point. Over to Dixon McLeod. Down for the captain, McLeod. So that was Caden. Now back for Bailey. Good passing there, shot and a save made by Donchema. And they'll hang on. Lynch doesn't like that little whack on his goaltender.
Much better power play for Mid-Isle right now. They got it set up. They're moving the puck. Just like to see a little bit more pucks to the net here and traffic in front of Donchema. So, but we'll take it one step at a time, and they're going good right now with their power play, getting everything set up.
2:10 to go in the first. No score. 1:01 left in the power play. Thank you all for tuning in here on 5TV1, powered by Bell Alliant. Right along the half wall. Matrix. Back to the point for Richard. Now to Clough. Shot save made by Donchema. Good chance up front there by Pickett's. It's one you probably want him a foot over to the right. Just get some eyes in front of Donchema.
Yeah, no, Pickett's doing a great job in front there. Big body. Great shot by Clough there, and
that's one thing at the major Bantam level is the difference in size. Richard over to Clough. Send that in behind the net now. Carson McKay getting some power play time. McKay, little saucer pass to Clough. Up the wall he goes for Richard. Richard pulls the trigger, blocked in front. Another shot there, steered away by Donchema on Landon Clough. That was a good look. Along the half wall, Goodwin looking back door, but a good stick in the lane there by Moore. Clough tied up along the wall. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Now it's Hill. He'll rim that around the boards. Goodwin's going to keep it in. Down in behind the net it goes, now along the wall. Clough trying to pass it off. Chance here to clear for Tricom. And they'll send it down. That was a nice look. And a big save by Donchema.
From our angle here, it didn't look like he had eyes on the puck, but he managed to find it. And good power play there, much better power play there from Mid-Isle Matrix.
So we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. As Rogerson flips it in. Nice hit down in the corner. Back out in the neutral zone it goes. Taylor. He'll pass it off, trying to stretch out here for Drake. Shot steered away by Donchema. Turns by James. He gets hit. Game's opening up a little bit here. McLeod just sends it down. In comes James. Taken away by Welland. Now for Dean. Dean tried to find more. James now gets hit. Spencer, little man. He's throwing some physical side here. That's just right down from the lower levels. They like to play hard. 17 seconds to go here in this first period. Dean, one last rush. Dean on the backhand. Trying to get around his man. He does. Now he goes forehand. Back to his backhand. Skates in behind the net. Dangerous play there. Dixon McLeod will pass it off. Here's Clough. 3 seconds to go. They're telling him to shoot, and that gets blocked by Lynch. And that'll end the first period. No score after one. Shots on goal, 11-7 in favor of the Tricom Thunder. What a good first period that was.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a feeling out process at the start there. Once each team had a power play under their belt, they started to find their game and their legs. But again, this is going to be a tight game. It's not going to be a blowout here. It's going to be come right down to the last minute in the third. So both teams just got to get some traffic, pucks to the net, and something ugly is going to go in. It's almost like you're playing overtime in the second period here. So keep on going, refocus, and know what you're playing for here coming out in the second period.
All right, so don't go anywhere. Second period action coming up here live from Cornwall, Prince Edward Island. You're watching the 2017 Major Bantam Atlantic Championships here on Bella Line 5 TV1. All right, everyone, welcome back for the start of the second period. Team's getting ahead of me here. They all kind of blend in by the end of the weekend. The Mid-Isle Matrix, the Tricom Thunder, were tied up at no score. Shots on goal in that first period, 11-7 in favor of Tricom. Thank you all for tuning in here on Bella Line 5 TV1. I'm Jordan Ellis alongside Kyle Dunn. And what has been an exciting weekend here at the Major Bantam Atlantics. The winner of this game will go on to the bronze medal game tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., 10:30 Newfoundland time. And the winners tournament will be over. Here comes Kelly. A shot steered away by Urban. Around the boards it goes. Picked up there by McLeod. Dixon McLeod, the top point getter in the regular season for the Mid-Isle Matrix, putting some pressure, and he throws a nice hit there on Flynn. Gains possession of the puck. Back to the point it goes. Goodwin walks into one shot, and a save made by D'Entremont. Good job here. Right along the wall they go. Here's Flynn. Looking there for Lynch. Now back there for Duty. They'll work it back to the point. Goodwin shot through traffic. D'Entremont to save. Another shot on the rebound. And D'Entremont hangs on a big save on the captain, Caden McLeod. So
good start here by Mid-Isle off to the, pucks right to the net early and getting lots of traffic in front of D'Entremont here. So I like their new game plan. If getting pucks to the net and traffic in front of him here. So hopefully this keeps up for Mid-Isle here.
All right, so face-off win there. It looked like it was going to be won there by Richard, but taken away by Tricom. Hill over to Dean. Dean then gets hit, and we're going to have a penalty on that one. I think that's going to be a double minor for head contact coming its Mid-Isle's way. D'Entremont heads to the bench, though. Now Burke. He'll dump it in as Irving's going to touch the puck. We'll wait for the official call. And that is it. 4 minutes head contact coming up here against Mark Richard. So I have to give a big shout out to Lauren O'Quinn, the grandmother of Ethan and Nicholas Moore, tuning in from Corner Brook, Newfoundland. Well, thank you, Lorraine, for joining us here. It's been a fun weekend, and tell you one thing, your two grandsons, they're some special hockey players. It'll be fun to watch.
This is not going to be her first time tuning in to watch these two. She's going to catch a lot of their play over the next few years for sure.
I'm sure you'll be listening to my voice at the Monktonian at some point when they're up in the East Coast Blizzard. Back to the point it goes. Shot. That's just wide of the net. Here's Dean along the boards. Over to Green. That was French, rather. Now it's Dean. Throws a hit down in the corner. And Landy Clove flips it around Lynch. Now he's going to use that speed down the right side. He comes in. Shot off a leg. And that will just miss. Carson McKay lost it there to Lynch. Now up comes Green. Green trying to go wide on the right side. He does. Green walks in. Shot in the glove. Save on the backhand by Jonah Irving. 3:25 left to go here in the double minor. 18:01 left in the second. Still no score.
Yeah, no, this tough break for Mid-Isle there with one of their top players in Richard getting a double minor there. So we'll see how they adjust with their top penalty killer out.
Face-off one there by the Thunder. French back to Moore. That shot almost picked off. Now it is. They're going to try to send out Drake, and it's picked off there by Moore. Moore will carry it over. Sends that down low in behind the net. Ethan Moore. Up the wall he goes. Back to the point for French. French. He'll just pass it off now to Green. Green's running around the top of the circle. Back to the point for Moore. Now for Green. He'll work that down low. Back out there for Green. He'll circle around now. Up the wall he goes. Here's Moore. Shot. Tipped just wide of the net there by Dean. French will pick it up. Down for Dean again. Dean working up the wall. Stops. Now he finds it again. Dean on the backhand. Trying to get to his forehand. He'll pass it off to Moore. Moore. Nice pass. Backdoor. Big save there. Scores on the rebound. Burke makes it 1-0 on the power play with 17:03 to go. It took two shots, but Burke on his own rebound makes it 1-0.
Great pass across the seam there, and not much you can do for Irving there. He makes the first one. As a coach, that's what you ask for. Make the first one, and I expect my D or someone to, grab the rebound. But Irving stretched across, made a great save, but he stuck with it and buried the back of the net. So 1-0 power play, and we're going to still have 2 minutes here, and that's the unfortunate of the double minor. So they're still gotta refocus and regroup here and kill off 2 minutes.
We've seen that all weekend long here, the double minors, and they tend to score in the first one when they score. And they still get 2 more minutes. Kelly trying to work it back there for Lynch. Picked up though by Dixon McLeod. McLeod, he'll lost it. Now he picks it back up, try to get a burst of speed. Good back check there by Nicholas Moore. Here is Lynch. Back for Flynn. Was off of McLeod. McLeod. He is Rogerson out front. Can't get a pass off. Rogerson, he's just waiting as McLeod is a bull down there. Doing everything he can here on the penalty kill. Lynch right in front of his goaltender. Now he'll burst out with some speed. Coming up through the neutral zone. Shot, save made by Irving. Shot, another save there by Irving, this time on Kelly. So French will pick up an assist. And more. Flynn back to the point, shot, save made again by Irving. Great power play here by the Tricom Thunder. On the backhand, Kelly. Over to Flynn. Now to Lynch. Lynch, he's on his backhand, turns, passes it off to Kelly. Kelly right on the half wall. Looking that seam pass again, they found him. That was Flynn, he just couldn't pull the trigger. Up the half wall they go. Back to the point now for Lynch. Lots of traffic in front. Good job, though, on the defensive side of the things by Lucas Bush. Down in the corner. Duty. Now to Lynch. He'll turn. Passes it off to Flynn. He's going to walk into one. Shot blocked. That one hurts, but they have to continue to play on. Duty. Trying to walk in with a shot. Another save there off the arm of Irving. He's standing tall here on this power play. 10 seconds to go. Good one. Skating to the corner. Trying to ice the puck. And it will get out for the final 7 seconds. Great penalty kill there.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Your best penalty killer's got to be your goaltender. And Irving's playing well right now in nets. He's under surge, but his defense and forwards got to do a better job of picking up his rebounds. He's kicking them out, and seems the Tricom's beating their guys back to the net for rebounds. So Mid-Al's got to do a better job of collecting that rebound and helping out Irving a little bit more.
Here comes Mark Richard. He just served that double minor. Now he's going to try to redeem himself, I'm sure. Try to put some puck on net. Shot from the point. Glove save there by D'Entremont. And he'll hang on. 14:35 to go. Don't forget to visit tv1.bellalliant.ca for the TV1 Live webcast schedule and on-demand content. You'll get information on TV1 Live events available only to Bella Line 5 customers in Atlantic, Canada on Channel 1 and 401. 5 TV1 brought to you by Bella Line.
Yeah, you talk about Richard trying to redeem yourself. Nothing worse sitting in the box and, you see the puck go in and you know it's about you. So, and then you're sitting in there for another 2 minutes. So, and you're feeling helpless for sure. I know that feeling, but he's going to bring it. He knows he made a mistake, and he's going to try to bring it here.
So a nice shot there from the point by Sam Bailey. Got through. D'Entremont kind of gave up a little bit of a rebound. He did recover, though. Picked it up.
And that's one thing right now Tricom's doing a better job is getting back, getting to the net, making Jonah Irving's job tough. These guys, Mid-Al guys, got to get to the net, find those dirty goals. You're not really going to score from the top of the circles or the blue lines. These goaltenders are too good. But, you got to get those second and third opportunities.
Here's Moore. Ethan Moore. Now he sends it behind the net now for Hill. I know a couple of Hills over in Newfoundland. Wonder if there's any relation to Jason Hill, the softball player. Plays Team Canada. Here comes Nicholas Moore. He gets tripped up. Crowd wants a penalty.
You know what? That was a great defensive play. I thought it was all puck.
I agree on that.
Great call by the referees. Allow that play to develop.
Here's Pickett's down the offensive zone. Off the bench, here's Clough. Sends it behind the net. Tricom a little bit backing off there on that play. It almost cost them. One thing you want to teach your team is to be as hungry as possible. Nicholas Moore gets stick checked. Now back come the Matrix. Clough trying to find it. Picked up right behind him is Drake. Drake, he'll carry it over. And we got a penalty coming up this time to Moore. And that might send, that will send the Matrix to the power play here with 13:24 to go in the second.
Yeah, one thing you talked about, in this league, major bantam and major midget, and going on to junior and major junior, you let up for 1 second. These teams are going to capitalize That's the difference in these games now. So these players, you need to stay focused. You need to keep on the gas pedal. And if you let up for 1 second, the team is going to capitalize, jump on it. It's in the back of your net. So Mid-Isle here, keep on the gas and don't let up.
Quick shot off the face-off is just wide of the net. And now here comes Tricom short-handed. It's French trying to get a step, but good defense there by Joe McCackern, not allowing to cut in.
Two big, strong boys there. It was just a battle of size.
Yeah, McCackern and French still battling down in the corner. French comes out with it. He has Dean out front. That pass gets through. Now it's Lynch. He breaks his stick. What a terrible break that was, as Lynch was going to hammer that. He has a big shot. In the neutral zone they go.
Now you'd like to see Mid-Isle take advantage of defensemen with no stick. So you basically, it's a 5-on-3 right now. So you keep it in there.
Oh, that's a huge hit down there by Lynch. So French gave Lynch his stick. Now it's Dixon McLeod in his feet. They'll work it back to the point. One-timer shot, save made there by D'Entremont. Loose puck. McLeod just missed it. They'll pick it back up. McCackern, shot blocked. Down low now is McLeod up the wall. Pinching in from the points. Bailey, he throws a nice hit. And the Matrix trying to keep it in. It will be offside with 12:13 to go here in the second. 1-0 is the score for Tricom Thunder over the Mid-Isle Matrix. Thank you all for tuning in on Bell Line 5 TV1. Jordan Ellis alongside Kyle Dunn. We'll have the call for the next one as well. The Eastern Express, the ACA Rangers. The winner goes on to the gold medal game. The winner of this game goes to the bronze medal game. There's an awards banquet tonight. Kurhowski, I can't even pronounce his name for some reason. Don Kurhowski, the referee.
Oh, yeah.
He's a guest speaker.
Maybe I should talk to him.
That's why I brought that up.
No, it's these banquets there. It's always good. You get somebody there to give the players a great message, and not just a hockey message, a message in life. And some of these kids take that and build off that for their future hockey career in life.
So that shot that just missed. Now along the wall, looking back door for Landon Clough. Was intercepted. Here's Richard at the point. Now to Clough, top of that ringette line. He'll send it down low. Looking back for Landon Clough. A beautiful passing sequence there. Good give and go. Just couldn't connect. Now it's Richard. Walks into one shot. Tipped. Blocked. Another shot. Scores! We're tied up at 1 on a power play goal. I believe it was Landon Clough.
And Landon Clough, you know, we talked about him. He's been their leader all weekend long. You know, he finds the back of the net. He plays with speed. He's got that edge, grit to him. And you know, as a second-year player, he knows it's his last game if he loses here. So those guys are going to give it all, and you know, they capitalize on the power play.
What a nice shot that was. Top shelf.
Yeah, and we talked about Mid-Isle's power play improving. They've had great puck movement there. It's picked up. So put the puck on the net, and you never know.
Not much D'Entremont could do on that one. So we're back to square one, tied up at 1. A power play goal for Landon Clough. We'll wait for the assists. And the crowd. I love the crowd.
Yeah, you can just see the parents, everybody's fist pumping, high-fiving here. It's
lots of friends and family.
It gets a smile on my face here just to see the families and friends.
Just the way they celebrate and how enthusiastic they are.
The biggest thing is for Mid-Isle here now is don't sit back, don't be happy, don't be satisfied, enjoy it, but keep on the gas here.
So Carson McKay picks up an assist on that goal, but back comes Nicholas Moore. Moore's going to walk in, shot, blocker save by Jonah Irving. Nicholas Moore's been buzzing here all day and all tournament long.
I like this little Harrison James, 38. He gives it his all as every shift he's got. Just great back check there. He does the little things right that you know, that coaches notice and maybe not fans don't really see. But he's putting it all on the line here today.
Yeah, no, he's a good player. He was injured there for about a month and a half. So his first game back was on Thursday. He got injured there. I think it was right before playoffs. So
he had a long time off. So it's just getting the rust out now. But
and like you said, he is a first-year player, so he'll be back in this league. What a hit at the blue line by Pickett. Duncan Pickett's just ran over Lynch. Never thought I'd say those words. Just how big Lynch is. He's slow to the bench. Now Mark Richard throws a hit there on French. This game has intensified since that last goal, times 20.
If you can hear the crowd here now, it's buzzing here.
Here's Dean. And there's a penalty coming up here against the Matrix. Flynn down in the corner. D'Entremont's going to head to the bench. Shot and a save made by Irving. And he'll hang on. Like this game just went from 0 to 60 in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. So right now the biggest thing is got to keep your emotions in check right now. So, and you know, the referees are going to be right on top of you here for any little thing. So you know it's on the line, you know it's an exciting game, but you just got to keep your emotions in check.
So a holding call coming up here against the Mid-Isle Matrix as Calvin McWilliams. We talked about some of those younger players getting some more ice time because of the Pino's gone, but the young defenseman takes a penalty. 2 minutes to go in this power play. 10:04 left in the second. Shots on goal, 21-13 in favor of the Tricom Thunder. Landon Clough wins the faceoff. Goodwin rims that around the board. Dixon McLeod. And there's a penalty.
And that's a good call. That's a good call by the referee. And again, we talked about speed of and being aggressive on your forecheck on the penalty kill. And Dixon McLeod shows why. You know, he had nothing else to do but had to hold him up, or it was going the other way. So, as a coach, I say, take those penalties, we'll kill them off, rather than a breakaway and a shorthanded breakaway.
So it'll be 4-on-4 for minute 51. I think Burke was allowed there for about a half a second, 2 seconds, and then it was a third second where the arm went up. Okay, now you're going to go to the box. Now again, back, just kind of a funny thing, just the neutral zone, this should be in the neutral zone. Because the rules, the face-offs don't go all the way down, right?
Yeah. I mean, the puck was picked up in the neutral zone, so.
Right, that's why I love that face-off always in the offensive zone. It just takes away that confusion. That one goes up right in the mass there of Flynn. But here come the Tricom Thunder. Lots of ice. As Dean throws a huge hit right at the blue line on Landon Clough. Now Dixon McLeod trying to step around Hill. I can feel a major penalty coming. Or check it from behind at some point. I'm usually not too far off.
You're never too far off. You always seem to have that feel for it.
Irving, dangerous pass, picked off by Green. Now he's on his backhand. He'll pass it back to Hill. Hill. And there's that blindside hit. And Richard's going to go to the box probably for 4 minutes for head contact. And that's exactly the call. 4 minutes for head contact. Mark Richard the second time.
Yeah, again, unfortunate. Mark Richard, he's a good player. He needs to just keep his emotions in check right now. He's, you know, throwing high hits right now. So he needs to just settle down and play his game. He's one of their better players, and they need him on the ice. They can't afford to, you know, this is his second double minor of the period. He can't be sitting for 8 minutes a period and expect to you know, put up the numbers, right? So
we have 9:07 to go in the second. 4-on-3 for minute 3. That'll be 4-on-4 for 9 seconds. And then a power play for the Tricom Thunder. So out there right now, it's Flynn, Spencer, Judy, and Kelly. Lots of ice, 4-on-3. Here's Spencer, he's gonna walk in, but a bad bounce as that pass was right in his skates and he blew a tire. Kelly, the captain, picks it up here in the neutral zone. Now he goes over the left side with some speed. He'll drop it off to Flynn. Flynn skating towards the middle of the ice. Lots of traffic. One-timer, Spencer shot, and that gets blocked. Good block there by Gage Taylor. In behind the net they go. As McQuaid over to Taylor, around the boards. They'll be kept in there by Flynn. Flynn, he has Duty at the middle of the point. He finds him. Duty's going to walk in. Now back for Flynn. Looking back door perhaps. Shot, save made there by Irving. Spencer right there on the doorstep. Can't pull the trigger. He had Spencer on that seam if he would have found him. Instead they shot it on net. Not a bad play either. Flynn, one-timer shot. Big pad save by Irving. Hacked at it there by Mike McQuaid and sent down the ice by the Mid-Isle Matrix. It's 4-on-4 here for 2 more seconds. Then it'll be 5-on-4 for 2:45. Here's Kelly working his way towards the middle of the point. Back to the point now for Flynn. Off the bench, it's Dean. Dean looking back door, steered away, loose puck. That goes right in behind Jonah Arbing and out the other side. French back out in the neutral zone, getting whacked there by Dixon McLeod. Now Flynn over to Spencer. Spencer slowly trying to find someone. Now it's Kelly back for Dean on the right side. He'll carry it over. Dean right at the half wall. Tricom trying to get a change on. As Kelly back to the point here for Moore. Shot blocked. Along the wall, here's Burke. He has a goal already. Now it's Dean. Stops, reverses, trying to center it out front. Goes off the side of the net. Now it's Burke. Back to Moore. Here's Ethan Moore. Down in the corner now for Kelly. Kelly, he'll poke it into the corner for Dean. 1:54 to go in the double minor. Back to the point now for Burke. Burke skating towards the middle. Over to Moore. He goes cross seam there for Dean. Dean, he gets pinned along the wall. Dean picks it back up. Drops it off to French. French, he'll circle up the wall here for Green. Now to Burke. And that pass gets picked off by Dixon McLeod. End of a penalty kill for him. He's super tired. He's trying to get to the bench.
Midal's doing a great job of just keeping Tricom out to the outside. They're having a lot of zone time and puck possession, but they're not really getting any pressure, quality shots on Irving right now. So they got a nice tight box in front of them. So we'll see how that keeps on going.
Here's French. Bounces off the wall. Shot off of an arm. I think it might have went off the post. And at a play. And French threw that big hit in behind the net. He's just having a heck of a game.
Yeah, I like the way he's playing right now. He's a man on a mission right now. So, again, it's exciting hockey to watch.
1:07 to go in the double minor. 6:14 to go in the second. 1-1 is the score. You're watching Bell and Lion 5 TV1. Face-off won there by the Tricom Thunder. Looking backdoor shot, save made by Irving. He just jumps on and hangs on for a stoppage. So it'll be Kelly on the face-off. He'll win it. Now to Flynn. Flynn trying to go backdoor there. That gets taken away and sent down the ice. 5:55 to go in this second period. We're tied up at 1. Here is Burke in his own end. Now he skates up through the neutral zone, gets over the red line. He'll flip it in. Here's good one in behind the net. Rims it around the boards. Kept it at the line. Flynn. Now to Kelly. Lost it and sent down the ice by Harrison James. 22 seconds to go on the power play. Flynn in behind the net. Looking back for Burke. Now he's going to find Duty, and there's a knee. So another call coming up here against the Mid-Isle Matrix. Dontremont's going to head to the bench. Flynn back here for Duty. And now it's, looked like it was going to be touched. Now it's touched.
I was just going to say, great penalty kill by the Mid-Isle Matrix, and there we're going to play some 5-on-5 hockey. But, you know what, unfortunately, again, guys are getting a little too excited here. You know, you just got to stay within your game, and let's not try to do too much and put yourself and your team at risk here. I mean, sometimes you're playing with fire. Eventually this Tricom Thunder team is going to put one in the back of the net.
And it looks like I can see Lynch. I don't know if you can see him on your guys' camera screen at home, but Lynch is watching from this side of the rink. That's not where you want to see him. He's your backbone of that defense core.
Yeah, and this power play is probably missing him big time after a couple.
Couple good chances, exactly.
Yeah.
So 1:45 to go here in the minor. Dean down in the corner. Now he's going to skate up the wall. Dean back to Moore. Moore shot through traffic, save made there by Irving. And he hangs on. 4:44 to go here in the second.
Yeah, we talked about it. I mean, when your top players here are playing at most of your penalty kill and you're on the defensive side all the time, it wears on you, because you want to have these guys put a big push on in the third period, and they're spending their whole time penalty killing and working hard. You just don't know how much they're going to have left in the tank for the third period. So Mid-Al needs to be a little more disciplined here and try to get their big guns out together and play 5-on-5 or even draw some penalties.
Here's Dean along the wall. French try to get a stick on it, goes over to the corner. Green, as that puck rolls out. Now we got a penalty coming up. I see a head contact. And so Green's going to the box. So both of them get 4 minutes for head contact. So that's going to be coincidental double minors. So it's still going to be 5-on-4 here. 4:18 to go in the second. Dean on the faceoff. He's there with Richard. Richard wins it. Taken away, though, by French. French tied up along the wall. He'll go back to the point. Over to Moore. Irving throws a nice little cross check there in front of Moore, in front of his net. Here's French. Stops right behind the net. Now he works his way to the corner. Back to the point for Ethan Moore. Over to French. French towards the middle of the point. Lots of traffic tipped in front. Loose puck. Taken there by Dixon McLeod. Trying to find Richard, and it's kept at the line. Dean. Towards the middle of the point. Over to Burke. Trying to center it out front. Good chance there for Moore. He just couldn't get a stick on it. Now back to the point they go. Dean. One-timer. Shot. Save made by Irving. French got a good shot off, but Irving seen it the whole way.
He ripped that one-timer. He's got a nice shot over here.
Here's Dean. Back for Moore. Along the wall now, it's Burke. Down in the corner for Nicholas Moore. Moore skating up the wall, so those are both double minors for head contact. Burke. Back for Moore, so we are back to 5-on-5. Backdoor shot. Oh, what a chance for Dean. That one rolls off the net. Play continues on as here comes Mark Richard, one-on-one. Richard. And he gets taken down there by Moore. So the Moore twins on the back check, two forwards playing defense there on that sequence. Richard at the end of a long shift, but here's French once again. Play continues on. French. Little saucer pass there, blocked. And a good chance there for the Matrix. Here they come. And Cutler throws a nice hit. A walkout shot just over the goaltender, D'Entremont. Now we got a penalty in behind the play for interference.
That's a penalty a coach will not be happy about. You're on a 2-on-1 and you take a penalty in your own zone behind the play. The game is getting emotional right now. You can feel it. The crowd's roaring. Guys are emotional, and you just need to keep your emotions in check. That's what I've been saying all game. And like I said, you play with fire right now, so you want to play this game 5-on-5. So a neutral zone face-off.
As Kelly, he'll win it. He'll turn, dump it right back in. 2:15 to go here in the second, 1:51 in the power play. Good chance here for the Matrix, trying to get that go-ahead goal. And if you're the Tricom Thunder, you want to kill it off, take it into the locker room. Come back out for the third, tied up. It's easy to play that game of what we'd like to do.
Yeah.
Now back to the point. Goodwin just hopped off. Here comes a chance, short-handed to Captain Kelly. But just enough. He got just bumped a little bit there by Goodwin, enough to slow him down. And that's within the rules. Now here come the Matrix. The walk-in shot just missed. Big bounce off the boards. Flynn, he'll turn, hammer that off the glass and down the ice. 1:32 to go here in the second. 1:05 left in the power play. Kelly throws a nice hit down in the corner on Goodwin. Kelly working hard on the penalty kill. He finds Stuckless. He'll walk in. Shot saved made by Arbing. Kelly, one hand on his stick. He got a shot off, and Jonas Arbing makes a huge save.
I like the way Tricom penalty kills. They are aggressive. They hold nothing back. They're coming 1-2 on a forecheck. It's they're giving no time for Mid-Isle D to set up.
Here's McLeod back to the point. Taylor back from McLeod, walks in, shot, scores! Dixon McLeod on the power play makes it 2-1 Mid-Isle with 55.9 seconds to go in the second.
That's a big goal for Mid-Isle there. They killed off 2 or 3 big penalties there and come back and capitalize on the power play. And again, another leader in Dixon McLeod. But I got to give my hats off to Jonah Irving, who's standing tall. He's seen a lot of rubber in the other end there and keeping this team in it and giving them a chance to go into the second period, go into the third period actually, up a goal here. So great job by Mid-Isle.
The scoreboard says 2-1 for the Mid-Isle Matrix. The shots on goal say 33-14 for the Tricom Thunder.
And again, you look down here, Jordan, and you see Lynch sitting down there. Again, he would have been a big part of that penalty kill. You wonder what's going on if they're sitting him out for concussion protocol reasons or whatever after that big hit, but they certainly miss him in the back end here.
Down into Tricom territory again, back to the point. McCackern shot, tipped. A little bit of a ping pong there as McLeod got a stick on it. Clough got a stick on it. Finds his way to the corner. 30 seconds to go. Ethan Moore putting some pressure down on McCackern. Moore trying to send it out for Nicholas on his back end. Otherwise, he would have been in a good lane. It's going to be too many men against the Tricom Thunder. Oh, now we got a Cutler's going to go to the box as well.
And this is going to be a big, big opportunity here for Mid-Isle to unfortunate break. The guy got caught coming off the bench, blew a tire, and the puck happens to go right by the bench. And then Cutler there, just a little emotional, lost his head there for a second. Unfortunately, took a cross-checking penalty. I don't know if it's going to be a double minor or what, but he called it 4.
I'm assuming, they're going to talk about it.
It's been 4 all week. I wouldn't be surprised, but
they might be talking about a potential 5 in a game because a cross-check to the face is supposed to be 5 of major penalty.
Okay, yeah.
That's based on the rule book, and I wouldn't be surprised if I seen a 5 in a game for that one. It was pretty vicious.
Yeah, it did look. He was looking to hurt somebody there or something, but.
Nonetheless, I think it's going to be a 5-on-3. Whether it's going to be for Cutler, I think is what the discussion's about. We got the too many men. That's a given. There's no matrix penalties. Players in the box. The referee's going to have a chat here with the timekeeper.
And he's going. Cutler is going there. It's 5 in a game.
I assume that was the conversation. And that'll likely be the end of his weekend as well. So. I don't know if they'll word that as 5 in a game for blow to the head. That's probably, I think, how it's written or wrote down or whatever. But nonetheless, that's why. It was because it was a cross-check to the face.
Yeah, we got referee in chief Troy Howard in front of us here. We should ask him what kind of calls that was, if he agrees there or not. Match penalty.
Match penalty. Yeah, exactly. I had major match. That's right. Yeah, so 15.5 seconds left. That's what we have here. Is you're going to see a 5 and a 2 go up on the clock. There's the 2. So it all started just with an unfortunate break of that too many men. I feel bad for the little. I couldn't even tell what player it was. It might have been Flynn.
I think it was a defenseman there.
Yeah, I think it was Flynn.
Yeah. So
just came out, blew a tire. Might have been Hill too. Whoever it was, and just the puck finds you. When things happen, they happen and they escalate, right? So the emotions are running high. They just gave up a goal on the power play. They got another penalty coming, and then Cutler goes and takes that penalty. So it's going to be 5-on-3 here for 2 minutes. 15.5 seconds remaining here in this second period. His Matrix player makes his way to the dressing room. I couldn't really see who that was going off.
I think it might have been Sam Bailey, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, 25.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know if he was injured on the play or.
Yeah, I think so. And it's just, there's only 15 seconds left. Probably get him in, get some rest, maybe try to get some fluids into him. And so
That'd be another blow to the mid-aisle D there. If Bailey drops out, they'll be running with 4 this third period.
And their experienced D if Bailey's gone too. I mean, McLeod's already gone, so they'll be left with a couple of younger defensemen. So the referee just signaled to his head as a match penalty, or could be asking what the match penalty was for. Here comes Mark Richard nonetheless. 5-on-3. Richard walks in off a skate out front. That was Flynn. And 2 seconds left. The buzzer will sound. The Mid-Isle Matrix will take a 2-1 lead into the third period. They'll start the period on a 5-on-3 for 1:44, and then have a power play for 3:44 after that, or 2:44 rather after that. So
yeah, no, it's good for Mid-Isle there to keep your emotions in check. Yes, you're getting some penalties, but they managed to stay in the moment, stay calm, kill their penalties off, and when they had their opportunity on the power play, they cashed in. Now, the biggest thing is here for Tricom, you can't think it's over right now. You got to come out, kill this penalty off, and go to work. You're 1 shot away, so focus. Let's keep your emotions in check.
all right, so 2 periods in the book. Shots on goal through 2. 33-15 in favor of the Tricom Thunder. Don't go anywhere. Third period action coming up. You're watching Bell Line 5 PV1. All right, welcome back for the start of the third period. You're watching Villa Line 5 TV1. Tricom Thunder, Mid-Isle Matrix here in the third. Mid-Isle has a 2-1 lead, and they start the period off 5-on-3 on the power play. Late there in that third period, or in the second period, a too many men call, followed by a major penalty for head contact.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity here for Mid-Isle to put not one, but maybe two on the board here and go to work.
Nice passing sequence. Here's Clough. Over to Goodwin. Down low, shot, back door. Can't pull the trigger. That one pops out.
Looks like they went over what they needed to do here in this 5-on-3. They got the box +1 going, and great puck movement. Just unfortunate he couldn't pull the trigger.
Here comes Goodwin. He'll carry it in. Now a shot, looking back door again. A couple of good looks. They obviously drew up some plays in the locker room. Richard, now to Goodwin. Looking back door again. Looking there from McLeod, can't pull the trigger, so they're having some good cross-seam passes and getting themselves some good looks. Just can't bury one here, and for the Thunder, they gotta hold on as much as they can. They're down by 1. They got 35 seconds left here, the 5-on-3, and then they got that major penalty to try to kill off. Down in the corner they go. Clough. Now to Goodwin, over to Richard. Richard, now to Goodwin again. He'll send it down low. Clough just popped back just a little bit too far. If he stayed right there at the hash mark, he would have been in perfect spot and would have went top shelf, I'm sure of it. Here comes McLeod. Over to Richard, off the bench. They're gonna leave it there for Goodwin. Walks out, shot right off a stick in front. So that'll kill off the first penalty, so it's 3 minutes even of major penalty time. And the thing is, you can score as many times as you can on a major penalty. And behind the net they go, Pickett's. Over to Dixon McLeod, back for Pickett's. Chance here to clear it for Dean, and here comes Dean short-handed. But Pickett's just flying back through the neutral zone. Into the end zone. Dean still with it, strong on the puck. A one-man band up there, he's doing good work.
Yeah, and then we talked about their forecheck on the penalty kill is very aggressive, so they're gonna, Mid-Isle needs to get everybody back and outnumber them.
And they'll send that down the ice. 2:20 to go here in the major penalty. 17:32 to go in the third period. You're watching 5 TV1. Jordan Ellis alongside Kyle Dunn. Twitter handle Jordan Ellis 33, Dunner _27. Give us a follow.
Yeah, I think I got 2 more followers since we started this. So
one's your sister,
and one's my sister.
Shot scores! Short-handed for French. And we're tied up at 2 with 17:12 to go. What a goal by French.
And we talked about French earlier in the day here today. He was been a buzzsaw for these guys. And again, another short-handed goal this weekend. It's when you have a penalty kill this aggressive, your power play has to outmatch them, outwork those guys. And those guys and then Tricom, again, they're not gonna roll over and give this to you. So we got ourselves a hockey game here for this third period.
French, we call him a man on a mission. He wants to play on Sunday. He can feel it. He's giving everything he possibly can. And as a coach and as a potential, these guys will be going on to midget. You got to like that effort. And, of course, the big game players are ones that are always the ones that are hard to find.
Anybody can show up on a Friday in October. It's when the chips are on the table and, the big-time guys step up.
And the funny thing is, it's usually not the guy that has the top most points.
You're right.
Not usually. I'll say sometimes anyway. I mean, the way French has been playing, he's just been spectacular. Here's Goodwin. Down in the corner they go. So Lynch is back on the ice. That's great news there for Tricom. He's back on.
Yeah, he took a big hit there. I think it was just maybe a little more for precaution. They knew he's going to play some big minutes probably this third period. So, rest him the last 5 minutes of the second for precautionary and get him back out.
Goodwin looking cross ice there for Clough. Clough. Up the wall he goes. Getting worked on there by Flynn. Flynn tries to turn and fires. Now Stuckless. He's going to turn on the Jets. He's going to come in short-handed. Stuckless, deep shot, and a save made there by Arbing. You see that? That was a funny situation. Stuckless And the defenseman kind of looked at each other. Are you going to go for the puck or not? Well, and everyone's like, go. And then Stuckless just
Again,
took off.
that's that speed, that forecheck these guys got. You know, when you're lackadaisically, you take your foot off the gas on the power play, these guys are going to jump on you.
That was such a funny series of events. And Stuckless turned on the Jets. Jonah Irving again having to make a big save. He's made 33 of them so far. We're tied up at 2. Winner of this game will move on. And it can be in a shootout. Doesn't matter on any of that kind of thing. Oh, Donchamon gets a quick whistle there. That one bounced off his glove.
Referee was on the opposite side of the net and thought he had it covered up, but Donchamon seemed to play it there. So, and quick on the whistle and lucky for Tricom there.
15:27 to go here in the third. 2-2 is the score. Lots of hockey happening here in Charlottetown. The Islanders play tonight. They have a 1-0 series lead, so I know some fans will be going to that one. I myself might make an appearance. Here comes Moore. Down in the corner. Stops. Works his way up the wall. Now it pops over. Welland. And that one goes into the Tricom bench. So we're back to 5-on-5. 15:08 to go. I don't think you could have scripted it any better if you're the coach of the Tricom Thunder coming out 5-on-3 and you're tied up right after.
Yeah, I mean, Midal looked good early in the 5-on-3. They had some great puck movement, but again, a couple backdoors missed, and Tricom with their aggressive forecheck cashes in on a shorthanded goal. So we're tied up at 2-2, and with about 15 minutes left here, it's going to be an exciting third period.
One of my favorite words, execution.
Yeah.
It's all about it. And for some reason, the way, I don't know if it's just PI and just might be a jinx. We always have all kinds of chances, just execution. Provinces from away, they seem to always bury their chances.
Yeah, I say that with our major midget team in Kensington. We needed 10 to Moncton or St. John's 2 to 1 or something, but yeah, we always need them extra chances.
Here's Richard down in the corner. Goes up the wall. Moore. Trying to get loose. Richard knocks it over. Nice hit there by Clough. Got to give Spencer some credit there for trying. That's knocked up there by Welland. And he got the open arm. We both kind of look at the back official. They let it go on. Welland, nice little move here for Moore. Nicholas Moore trying to get around his man. He'll find it again. Back to the point here for Flynn. Flynn fans on it, picks it back up. Dumps a big bounce off the boards. French. Now back to the point for Hill. Through traffic shot. Blocked. And a couple of diving Tricom Thunder. They'll send it right back out and steered away. McWilliams around the boards. French will keep it in. Now for Hill. Back for French. He pops off the wall. Shot off of a skate. Irving makes a tough save. That one right off of McWilliams. Now a sharp angle. Scores! Nicholas Moore makes it 3-2 for Tricom from behind the goal line.
That's a tough break. I thought Irving was playing well there, and unfortunately that's one you want to have back from behind the goal line there. He had an opportunity to cover it earlier in the shift, and he decided to play it to the corner, and Tricom Moore got beat the defenseman to it and just threw it on the net. So it's an unfortunate break, and what a start we talked about for Tricom. They're going into the second period 5-on-3, and they come out with now they're up a goal. So turn of events and excitement on this team.
The Bella line turning point, short-handed goal. We're going to play on, though. Lots of time left. That actually might have been Ethan Moore. Those Moore boys kind of look alike. Whenever you call about 10 hockey games, you start telling terrible jokes. So. It goes, shot gets blocked. In behind the net. So it was Ethan Moore, my mistake. So Mark Hill will pick up assist. Missed that second assist. Oh, so Moore. So Moore from Hill and Moore.
Nice.
Now French. He'll get over the blue line. Down in the corner. Trying to send it back there for Lynch. As it goes up, Lynch kind of throws a high hit there on Richard. Maybe he's a little taking that hit earlier.
Yeah, it's there's about 12 and a half minutes left in this period. I'd like to see the referees put their whistles away and let this game be decided 5-on-5. I mean, to me, there's a lot at stake here for each team. They want a chance to play Sunday in the bronze medal game, and you hate to see it decided on a power play or a penalty kick. You know, these are two teams that worked hard all year and all weekend, and you hate to see it come down to something, you know, questionable call.
I'd say the pro line on that one's not a very favorable odds.
No, yeah. Vegas got it at about 101 right now.
In the corner. Stuckless trying to get a stick on it. Back to the point shot. Glove save by D'Entremont. He'll hang on. 12:04 to go. Don't forget to join host Scott Squires for the East Coast Sports Show on 5 TV1. Get up to date on what's happening across the TV1 sports landscape. The East Coast Sports Show is available on demand to 5 customers in Atlantic, Canada on Channel 1, as well as online at tv1.bellalliant.ca. 5 TV1 brought to you by Bell Alliant. Here's Hill. Around the boards it goes. Duty. Down in the corner. Chance now for the Matrix. So what a mindset change that is. You come out on the power play. We talk about Tricom. Let's talk about the Matrix here. You come out. You have a 5-on-3. You also have a major penalty after. You think, come on, let's get one here. And then, you know, we'll have a 2-goal cushion, essentially. You still want to play hard. And just a big change of events. Now you're down a goal. So now you got to, you know, throw out everything you possibly can here for the next 11:36, trying to find that equalizer.
Yeah, exactly. You just gotta have a short memory, refocus, and say, hey, our backs are against the wall. Whatever cliche you want to say here, we got 11 and a half minutes here to find a way. To find a way here, at least get one, maybe hopefully send this to overtime or a shootout. But we got to play desperation hockey here. I'd like to see their D jumping up in the play and just coming at Tricom and throwing everything at the net. So no time to sit back. Your season's on the line right now.
So 11:23 to go here in the third. 3-2 is the score. Shots on goal 37-15 in favor of Tricom. I know D'Entremont's only had 15 shots on him, but he's been pretty steady in that net for the Thunder.
Yeah, he's been solid. A couple power play goals there for Mid-Isle, but he's been solid and kicking pucks out.
Here comes Moore. Oh, right past Flynn. Now a chance and a shot and a block there by Lynch off the side of the net. These boards are very lively. These fans are getting into it again. The intensity just keeps amplifying, and if Mid-Isle were to tie it up, or even just down those last couple minutes with an empty net, it could be it's going to be a fun finish regardless.
Yeah, the fans are fired up here. The emotions are running high. You know, you just hope your emotions don't put your team at risk here with a dumb penalty or something.
So McKay gets kicked out of the face-off. In comes Rogerson. Now it's taken air. Sent around the net by French. Over to Hill. Up for Green. Haven't seen him out there too much. It's been kind of all special teams, right? So
yeah,
penalty kill. Green doesn't play too much. The way the yelling and the cheering goes on, it kind of distracts me a little bit. I'm like, well, what's going on? Is there too many men, or somebody playing without a net guard?
Yeah,
what's going on, right? So they obviously very passionate group. So we got Dean up front on the face-off for the Tricom Thunder. Looks like Dixon McLeod for the Mid-Isle Matrix. Well, that's Mark Richard, rather. They look the same. They both have a 1 in the jersey. Now, nice pass up ice. Pickett. Down the left side. Mark Richard, just a quick move there on the backhand by Mark Richard. Another shot save made by D'Entremont. If Richard would have connected on that one, that's just heart and will. Bumped his man off. quick turnaround and back in.
Great body position, and you can tell he wants it, right? They're working hard, so they're going to give it all. You can bet you're going to see one of these top 3 guys for the rest of this 10 minutes. They're going to try to put these guys in and go with their big guys.
So face-off won by Dean. Now skate up hard hit there along the wall by Landon Clow, and he takes one. Now it's Green. Over to Lynch, quick pass over to Flynn. Flynn just going to get to that red line, and he'll chip it in. 9:54, just over the midway marker in this third period. 3-2 the score. Tricom Thunder. Big overtime win to get here in the provincials. Hit there from in behind the net. Dean. Down low for French. French works his way up the wall. He's going to get hit there by McQuaid. Back to the point. Now to French. Hopped off his stick. Now back come the Matrix. Nice little play there by Clow. At the end of a shift there, so he had to slow down a little bit. Delayed offside. Lynch just gets over center, dumps it in. Now the Matrix have it. Tricom in the process of a change. Picked off by Rudy. And off the skate there of, looked like Gage Taylor. Another shot blocked. Right there in the slot area. Another shot off a stick, just missed. McQuaid around the boards. Burke jumps up in the rush. Rolling puck. Matrix trying to find it. Back to the point it goes. Duty. He'll send that down for Kelly. Kelly right at the hash mark. He takes a hit. Trying to send it out front for Duty off a stick. Back out in the neutral zone. There's Burke. He'll a little saucer it up. Kelly, nice little pass between the legs over to Stuckless. Stuckless will dump it in. Time's ticking away. 8:27 to go here in this third period. As the Matrix will ice the puck. We'll have another stoppage.
One thing I like about Tricom right now is, sometimes you get those one-goal games and, less than 10 minutes left, you try to sit back, but Tricom is not sitting back. You got to keep your foot in the gas here and try to get another one, try to get some insurance. But Mid-Isle's having a tough time breaking out of their own zone right now.
Tricom's definitely doing everything they can to get that 2-goal lead. Mid-Isle Matrix, they won't go away. If you remember yesterday, they tied it up late against the ACA Rangers. Went to a shootout. Quick pass out front. I think Urban got a piece of it off his pad as it went just wide. Moore down in the corner. Bailey trying to clear it up. Flynn will keep it in. Now it's down in the corner. Bailey. And he'll send that up. Now down in Tricom's end. Lynch sends it right back up, though. Some of the parents, I think, are messing up some of the players. You can see them kind of hesitant. Oh, what do I, me? Is it me?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Should I listen to my dad or should I listen to my coach? I'm only with my coach an hour a day, and I'm with my dad the rest of the other 23. So, those are the tough questions on the kids having to drive home.
Moore centers it out front shot. What a pad save by Irving. Loose puck. It's still loose. What a shot chance there by Welland. It goes off about 3 Matrix players. Now Irving picks it up. And he hangs on for a stoppage. 7:16 to go. Dixon McLeod hugs his goaltender. I can't blame him.
I know. He's been making some of those key saves. There's a lot of little scrambles in front of Irving here today. They got to do a better job of finding those rebounds, or at least knocking somebody down that could potentially put the puck in the net. It seems like everybody's just trying to find that puck and first, and then the puck. If he can't score from his arse, so put him on his butt there and keep on going.
Nice pass up to McLeod. McLeod trying to get around the defenseman, steered away by Donchema. Crowd wanted an interference call. Here's the Clow down in the corner. There's Bush. Big hit behind the net on Dean. But we got a penalty coming up here to the Mid-Isle Matrix. Can you guess what it's going to be?
They're going to decide between boarding and from behind here.
Holding.
Okay, holding.
Okay, so they didn't call the hit. They called the play down in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, because I seen the big hit, right? And you assume the worst, double minor head contact.
Yeah.
But it was the hold that was in the corner. So 6:49 to go here in the third. Matrix have to get a kill, maybe a short-handed goal. You'll probably see Mark Richard out there. Clo probably at some point, the speedy guys. There's Richard.
Seems to be the theme of the tournament, short-handed goals. So you put your speedy guys out there and you keep on forecheck.
Yeah, I think we're up to 7 or 8 short-handed goals. Is now the Tricom Thunder will ice the puck, so face-off coming back. Here's a good chance now for the Matrix. Don't forget to watch Inside the AUS on TV1 for a look at the players, coaches, and administrators that make Atlantic University Sport the ultimate student-athlete experience. Inside AUS is available to Bella Line 5 customers in Atlantic Canada on Channel 1 and 401. And at tv1.bellaline.ca. 5 TV1 brought to you by Bella Line. So there you have it. The Tricom Thunder have a glorious chance right now to go ahead by 2 on the power play as Flynn will get over center and dump it in. McQuaid, he throws a nice hit and he sends it down the ice. So Flynn back to play it. Flynn now for Lynch. Back for Flynn. Nice play. Good D to D and out. They practice that a few times. Here comes Green. Walks in, shot right off the mask of Irving. Loose puck, they're whacking away. Irving with another save. Gets the pad down. And he keeps this game at 3-2.
And I think Irvin's giving it to his defenseman there. He made the save, and he put it right back up the middle on him. So Irving's not too happy.
Yeah, I think rightfully so. He's doing everything he possibly can out there to give himself and team a chance to win the hockey game.
Yeah.
So another face-off in the offensive zone. Kelly wins it. Back to the point it goes for Burke. Burke. He'll pass it off to Moore. Looking back door there for Kelly. Shot save made by Irving. And now he hangs up. A little nonchalant on that one. I might have jumped on a little quicker. Kelly's on the doorstep. So 5:50 to go in the third period. 1:01 left in the power play. 44-17 shots on goal. But the scoreboard reads 3-2 for Tricom. Kelly wins another face-off. Burke over, one-timer shot. Kind of a knuckle puck, almost fooled Irving, but he gets a pad on it. Now it's Burke again. Down for duty, bounces off the wall. Doesn't like what he sees. Now for Kelly, right at the hash marks. Working his way towards the top of the circle, back to the point. Burke, now to Kelly, back for Burke. Now he'll pass it off for duty. Back to the point again for Burke. Quick pass over to Moore. Shot by Ethan Moore. Save made by Irving. Loose puck. They're whacking away at it, and it goes off of a body into the corner. Duty walks out. Shot and a save made by Irving as he hangs on again with 5-6 in the third. 27 seconds left in the power play.
Yeah, Mid-Isle needs to get the draw. Get this puck out of their zone. You have that feeling that Tricom is buzzing, and something here is about to go in, but they need to weather this storm for the next 27 seconds and go from there.
Kelly out there still. And he finally lost the faceoff. He was pretty good on the faceoff dot. That was won by Richard. Duty over to Lynch. He's out in the power play. Shot save made by Irving. So now we'll go to the left side of Irving. So a different center perhaps. Maybe they'll make that change.
Two right-handed forwards out there. I know they got.
I'm gonna go with Kelly again. Kelly and Richard. It's right in the lines, but Skady would have won that clean back. Here's Lynch. Over to Kelly. Oh, he walked in. Nice there by Lynch. Stuckless. Skates down the corner now, up the wall. Back to the point for Lynch. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Matrix have successfully killed off that penalty. 4:44 to go. Flynn. Back in pass, Stuckless shot. Save made, knocked down with a high stick. They'll wave it off as the Matrix got a stick on it. Now back they come. Over to Richard. Shots kicked out there by D'Entremont. Clo down in the corner with Flynn. Now back comes the duty. Irving comes out. Irving, no dangerous play, but it worked. Now a big hit. Here's Landon Clough trying to gain the zone. Duty. He just kicks it over, delayed offside. Matrix will have to tag up. What a play by Irving. At this stage in the game, you got to take some risks. 3:55. Goodwin. That one goes off of Drake. Back for Goodwin. Skates in behind the net. Reverses it. Finds McCackard. Nope. It's going to be picked up there by the Matrix. McCackard was back there. Kelly knocks it down. And they'll send it back in. Here's Goodwin. Around the wall he goes for Pickets.
Looks like Tricom has gone into a 1-2-2 here now. They're just hemming mid-aisle in their zone, and they're just seeming to be doing a good job here.
Wellen pinned up there along the wall. Moore off the bench. Fresh skater. He'll strip him with a puck. But good job there by the Matrix trying to chip it out. Here's Burke. As he sends it right back in. Went a couple feet over that red line.
Yeah.
I know in your league that's off. That's icing.
That's icing, yeah.
Now they'll walk in off a stick. Down to the corner they go. Bailey trying to center it out front. Rolling puck. Moore around the boards. Will be kept in there by Taylor. Throws it on. That gets through 4 different bodies as Moore will pick it up. Nice hit there along the wall. Matrix, quick pass up ice. Picked off by French. French just turns, chips it back out. He'll pass it off. That goes underneath the stick there. Rogerson back come. Tricom. Dean on the backhand. Down low. In behind the net. 2:25 to go. And we got a penalty here against the Mid-Isle Matrix. With 2:24 to go here in the third. It'll be a tripping call. That'll almost, that's gotta hurt them.
Yeah, you're trying to push back here, and you're down a goal, and I don't know about that call there. It was a step on a stick there behind the net or something.
2:24 to go. Good chance here for the Tricom Thunder trying to ice it and pick up their first win of the tournament. Go on to Championship Sunday. They'll play for bronze medal if they can hold on here. Mid-Isle Matrix are going to need to find either a shorthanded goal or a goal very late. Or try to pick up a power play or 4-on-4 themselves. Here's Dean. Along the wall for Green. Green working his way back towards the point. Here's Moore. Traffic off a stick. Now if you're the Tricom Thunder, you do not want to take a penalty here at all costs. A good job there by French keeping that puck in. Now it's Green over to Dean. Dean splits the D, walks in, shot, ran out of. Dean still with it, down in the corner. Now for Green. He'll park it right along the half wall. Back to the point for Burke. Dangerous play there with Dixon McLeod up there.
I find they got the...
Here's Dean again on the backhand. Irving got a piece of it.
Tricom's got it forward on the point here. You know, I don't... Risky play at times.
Nice shot and a save made by Irving. He hangs on. 1:31 to go in the third. 1:07 left here in the power play. Yes, exactly. I'd probably go 2D.
Yeah, I think they're coming with 2D here now. Mid-Isle can ice the puck and you know, get a good forecheck on, take the goaltender out. It's 5-on-5 and hopefully get some sustained pressure down there. But now Tricom comes out with two defensemen, which you know, you're a minute and a half left. Your biggest thing is defense first here now.
As the Mid-Isle Matrix will hammer that down the ice. D'Entremont. That now for Flynn. Flynn. He'll skate up. He has Kelly wide open. Now he'll carry it over. Kelly steered over to the corner. We got a delayed call here against the Matrix. That'll ice it. Shot from the point and a save made there by Irving. So Mike McQuaid is going to go to the box for 4 minutes for head contact. So it'll be 5-on-3 with 1:05 to go.
Yeah, I'm biting my lip here on that one for sure.
If anything, we won that Vegas payout.
Yeah. Wow, I mean, it's
Yeah.
you know, I feel bad for Mid-Isle here. They're trying to make a comeback, and
Here comes Flynn anyway. Over to Lynch. Miracles do happen though. Lynch Along the wall for Kelly. Kelly has a backdoor pass over to Flynn. Now the backhand there was Duty. And Landon Clow turns and hammers that down the ice. That bounces off a stick. Dontremont up the wall here for Flynn. Flynn has all kinds of time. He'll carry it over. Walks in, shot. Missed the net. Now Kelly lost it. Here's Moore. 25 seconds to go. And it'll be a hand pass here against the Tricom Thunder. Face-off coming outside with 23.4 seconds to go. Tricom Thunder have thrown 53 shots on net. So now it's 5-on-4. Now it's 5-on-4. So if you're Nidal's going to call a timeout, try to draw it up. Let's see. You're the head coach of the Mid-Isle Matrix for say. What's your thoughts here? Do you maybe throw the puck forward right off the get-go and
you always want to try to win it back for myself. You want to get possession, and then you have possession. Your goalie's probably going to be waiting at the hash marks there.
Yep.
It's 5-on-4, depending on where the draw goes. And as soon as you get possession, that goaltender's got to come out. It's you get 23 seconds. You have to outnumber them. Pucks just got to go to the net. You don't really have much time to something up, and you're at your far blue. So you're probably looking at pucks to the net, jam, find something ugly at a rebound, and you got to go from there.
And now let's say you're Tricom. Maybe you try to push the puck forward to get that puck in behind the net, kill some time. There's only 23 seconds left.
Exactly. Power play, but you still send one forechecker. You're going into your 1-2 too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You got your two defensemen out here.
Look at Irving's a little bit on the wrong side. That's why I'm saying Kelly might throw it forward. Exactly what he did.
There he did. And
now Duty. Nobody went for the puck. Duty. He'll just send that down low. Picked off. Duty's going to walk into one shot over the net.
Now he's got to come.
Yep, 10 seconds left for Shard. He'll send that up the wall. And Flynn just sends it right back up. Now Kelly gets a hit. 2 seconds to go. The Tricom Thunder are going to Championship Sunday. They'll play for a bronze medal at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, 10:30 Newfoundland time. Final score 3-2 for the Tricom Thunder.
Yeah, and then the difference there, I mean, you're trying to do a pushback there the last 5 minutes, and you're shorthanded the whole 5 minutes. It's tough for them. Great year, great here at the Atlantics for the Mid-Isle Matrix. They have to keep their heads up. They had a great weekend, so those guys should be proud. Coaches should be proud of themselves. They had a great team.
And for the Tricom Thunder, good bounce back. They were 0-3 coming in today. I thought they had some bad luck. They're a better hockey team, I thought, than 0-3. Now they get to play for a medal. You know, it's a bronze medal. At the end of the day, you have to win a bronze medal. That's the good thing about that game. And, you know, they're going to face off against either the Nova Scotia ACA Rangers or the Eastern Express. That will be decided coming up next here at 3 p.m. And for Tricom, they get to play for medal tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Those guys earned it. They had a great weekend themselves. Like you said, they probably didn't have as much puck luck as they should have this week, but they stayed with it and battled through a lot of adversity.